perception that COVID-19 continues to destroy the nation continues. Of course, the problem is lack of communication from all sides of government. We American people don't really know what's happening. But the one thing that we do know is that communist China was largely responsible for it. And for that reason, it's your Freedom Watch and our Justice League that has brought a class action in Dallas, Texas, in Jerusalem, Israel, a criminal complaint in The Hague, Holland, to hold the communist Chinese accountable. And you can sign up for that and see if you qualify by going to freedomwatchusa.org. That's freedomwatchusa.org. Support our cause, join our Justice League, share this podcast, get it off far and wide. Now, in contrast, what is our so-called government doing? And the president better take control because he continues to lose support in polls. They're not entirely wrong. If people think they are, you're living in a dream world. Now, I personally, Larry Klayman, want to see the president win. We've, in effect, been his de facto law firm for going on 4 years because we support him. And if he goes down, the only choice is for we, the people, to rise up, to reclaim this government and to reclaim our republic peacefully and legally. We'll be out there on our own. Now, that may ultimately be good. Maybe it'll force the people to get them off the couch, put the popcorn and wine down and do the job and turn Hannity off. But I don't even want to see it go that far. Why can't we all work together? And I'd like the president to remain in office. But when he sends his attorney general, Bill Barr, I call him Blowhard Bill now because that's what he is, to do a speech telling us about all the atrocities of the communist Chinese, which he did yesterday. The problem with the speech was he had no solution. Is it the Justice Department that's taken action against communist China? No. Nothing, nada, zilch. Is it our Justice Department that has taken action, real action, against the rioters in the streets, which are probably being financed by the communist Chinese and the Russians and the Iranians and the Venezuelans and people like Soros? No, they're not doing anything, little to nothing. I just watched the head of Homeland Security, Mr. Wolf, Matthew Wolf, or whatever his name is, or maybe that's a golfer. I don't know. The golfer would be more effective. At least he wins. This guy's a loser. So he's talking about asking local governments to quell the violence in Portland, Oregon, as we speak, where the federal building is being destroyed. This is passing the buck, and it's why the president is losing support even among his own diehard supporters. They're scratching their heads. They're saying, is this the president we thought we elected, a president of action? You can't hide behind federal and state government. They're going to do nothing because most of it is being controlled by the ultra left. Now, the basic function of federal government is to protect the people, not to give handouts, not to give freebies, not to, promote one group over another, as is happening today. If you're the majority in this country, you're now at the back of the bus. Well, it wasn't right when Rosa Parks was at the back of the bus, but now we're at the back of the bus. And everybody should be at the front of the bus. And the president needs to take the lead. And that's what's very important. And you're not getting, correct information from the so-called conservative media. Now, Fox is not conservative anymore. Lachlan Murdoch is a leftist. He's the one that runs Fox. They leave Hannity on. They leave Tucker Carlson on. They leave Laura Ingraham on. They need that for advertising dollars. But their heart is to the left. And you can see that more and more with Chris Wallace and others over there, Juan Williams. I don't need to go further. But the other thing about Fox, and I continue to harp on this, in my experience, in my decades of being a public interest activist, even though I agree more with what Fox says than MSNBC and CNN, I found them to be the most unethical. And just in the last few days, they allowed Jessica Tarlow to go on Outnumbered and to defame my client, a fine man, Chief Justice Roy Moore, as an alleged pedophile. He's not a pedophile. No one has ever shown he's a pedophile. He didn't do anything with underage women that constitutes a pedophile. In Alabama, the age of consent was 15, and he was a very young man when he took some younger people out. But that's it. Now, I asked Fox, I sent an email to Suzanne Scott, the CEO of Fox News, who just happens to be the person who facilitated and was the enabler, if not the de facto pimp, of Roger Ailes. She was getting hotel rooms with her own credit card for Ailes to work his sexual abuse on my client, Laura Loon. And she swore to that under oath, Laura Loon. Now, Suzanne Scott defamed Laura Loon by claiming that she didn't know anything about this. She's now the head of Fox News. She allows this defamation to continue against Chief Justice Roy Moore when she's the sexual abuser, not Roy Moore. I sent an email to her, to Lachlan Murdoch, to Jay Wallace, who's the head of programming down there, to retract it. They refused. This is the arrogance of Fox News. You need to see who they are, because turn Fox News off. It's not only just incorrect, it's not just false, it peddles crap, but in addition to that, Fox News is the hypocrite. So turn it off, get to work. Mr. President, you've been critical of Fox News. They're stabbing you in the back as well whenever they can. And the American people need to know that we need to rise up, and we need the president's support. And he should be supporting Freedom Watch's class actions against the Chinese, supporting our actions that we're going to be bringing on behalf of Philadelphia police, who've also been abused in violence. And who happens to be the police commissioner in Philadelphia today? The former police commissioner of Portland, Oregon, an ultra-leftist city where the police are being under attack, where the populace is being under attack. Just turn on the news. Don't turn on Fox News, but go to your cell phone or your computer and read what's going on, because you'll get an accurate recitation of that in a greater degree, and you'll see what we're dealing with. So join Freedom Watch's Justice League. We are your Justice Department. This blowhard, Bill Barr, is just that, a blowhard. He's done nothing against Comey, against Clapper, against Brennan, against the Lovebirds, against Bruce Orr, against Obama and Biden. In fact, he says they're off limits because he's part of that Washington establishment, and he doesn't want to have any blowback against him. So this is where we are today. Be angry, be peaceful, be legal, but we, the American people, must rise up, and we ask the president to rise up with us. God bless you. God bless America. God save America. Share this podcast on Spotify, on iTunes, on Roku, on Amazon Fire, on the new equivalent of Twitter, Parlay, on Facebook, on RadioAmerica.com. Listen to our radio show this weekend. We'll be talking about government tyranny. We're on over 50 stations throughout the United States. And stay safe and stand your ground peacefully and legally and in self-defense. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, join our new American militia, which is peaceful and legal in self-defense, and support our class action against the Chinese and our other actions, because no one else is doing it. I'll be back Monday with another special podcast. Until then, stay safe. God bless you. And thank you for listening.